Hello there, fellow summoners. Mad Dog HT here, going into this month's event quest. This is chapter 3.1. It's got Sauron as the boss. He's a new champ. He looks pretty cool. As far as this nodes combination goes, it can be a little bit of a pain in the butt if you don't have his specials down. So he's got repetitive hate, where if you throw two specials, same specials back to back, he will get a fury. And the furies, the cruelties, the precisions and everything, the unblockables, everything that he gets, the regens, or everything is passive, so you cannot prevent that. And now here is where I messed up, before I can even talk about this fight too much. So one thing that I wasn't aware of was that if you have ability accuracy reduction, he will gain additional prowess. So every time you hit him, he'll gain a prowess, and once he gets to 7 or more, then he gets that passive unblockable. So I hit him with 2 heavies with Domino. While I was hitting with those heavies, there was ability accuracy reduction, so he got to 9 passive prowess really quick. So I wasn't ready for that third parry, which I didn't happen to not happen, simply because he went fully unblockable. So you do have to be aware of that. And this node has heavy assault, so you do get a ton of benefit. You get a ton of damage from the heavies. So if you can bring a champ that can put out a ton of damage from the heavies, then you should be good to go. So you can see, boom, now he does have 9 prowess. So he's gonna come at you unblockable. If he throws the special, it'll be unblockable. And there's my first special one. Never seen it, I've seen it, but I never experienced it, and I get clipped. Luckily it didn't kill me. So yeah, again, it does have repetitive hate. So you can see that one icon. I threw a special one, so if I threw another special one, he would get a passive fury, and you can remove that from a heavy attack. It's got no hit mercy passive, so when you knock him down, he's going to get a cruelty. It's got unyielding assault, which is going to give him a precision passive that gets applied when he is regenning, which is quite frequent. And then he's got power drain, so on the specials. So yeah, so there is my first attempt. Not the prettiest. We collect our little compass, and yeah, we're gonna go in for our second attempt. So I have taken my Nimrod to rank 5. I had a rank up gem that I got, I think, from variant 8, and I just recently pumped in a bunch of 6 stones into him. So we're gonna use him to take out this not Nimrod. Nimrod's gonna take out Sauron. So I do put on all the Mr.Fantastic pre-fights. He is immune to I think the petrifies, because for the regens to reverse the healing. But we just throw on all the debuffs. We do have Mr. Fantastic and SheHullk on the team, so I do get the benefit of getting those power sting passives on from the synergy, because he is a tech champ and it applies to both science and tech champs. Now when I have Blitz Protocol up, I can remove the prowess, the passive prowess, whether passive or active, with Nimrod's attack. So, and you can switch to Extinction Protocol with ending with a combo with a light attack. So there you go. You can see that we hit him with a special too, and that pretty much takes out like almost half his health. His heavies aren't hitting all that hard. That's okay. So here we're trying to bait out a special 2 from this guy. But just the nice thing with Nimrod is you can keep those prowess off, which means he's not going to go unblockable. So when I'm in Blitz Protocol mode, the orange mode right now, every time I hit him, he's getting a prowess and I'm removing them. And then we hit him with another special 2. He does get that passive fury. Doesn't matter. That could have been removed with another heavy, but he just totally melts. So Nimrod, Mutant Destroyer, destroys that Sauron. Don't have to worry about the unblockable. Great option to use if you happen to have him. He's a really new champ. I actually got him through Arena. So next up, we're going to go in with Human Torch. So again, we're going to apply pre-fights. And, you know, I think the one that is the biggest help, I think, is the debuff, not the debuff siphoner, the suppression to just mitigate the power gain. But all of these 3 debuffs for Mr. Fantastic will put the power sting passes on at the beginning of the fight. They don't get refreshed when you do the heavy knockdown to refresh them. But we're going with pre-fight Torch. Torch is great simply because his damage is pretty nutty. The heavy attacks do a decent amount of damage when it's critting, and when he throws a special, it will hurt. So in there, he does go unblockable, so you got to be ready for that. I messed up on the timing of that. Once he's at 7 or more, he'll get that unblockable ready, and yeah. So here we're gonna push him to special 2. So now he has that unblockable ready again, throws it off, and you can pretty much just get out of range of Sauron's special 2. You don't have to worry about dexing any projectiles or anything like that. I do have a full Fantastic Four team on, so I'm getting that weakness debuff when I parry, which is nice because that's going to help me build up some extra power stings. But he only throws 1 special. Torch melts him down as usual. You know, Torch doing his thing. So, you know, if I were to do this fight again and again, I think I would most likely push Sauron to his special 2, just because it's easier to get out of range. I will get a hold of his special 1 timing. It's not that difficult. It's just 1 dex. Just got to get the timing down right. But if you miss it, you can get wrecked. So next up, we're going in with Mr. Fantastic, I believe. And Mr. Fantastic is a pretty solid option for this as well. I do have the full Fantastic Four synergy team in play, so he has turned into like a mini void. And with the heavy assault, you can see that 27k on that heavy. That's pretty solid for a rank 5. And I do get the power stings on, and we pretty much just gotta heavy this guy to oblivion. But you're gonna see, I think I get hit by the special 1. I can't remember. I think we're gonna try to stack up all of the debuffs. Now the one thing with Mr. Fantastic, if you are trying to push somebody to a special 2, stacking like multiple suppressions and stuff like that does not help you out. Now there we do get that passive bleed on us, and that comes from him having 10 prowess and then him just dashing at you. So you really do want him to empty your specials so that he gets rid of those prowess, and you can just see I miss a parry and I get wrecked. So I'm not going to make excuses or anything like that, but man, I feel like since this last weekend update in 32.2.2, like my parry timing has significantly been off, and for many fights. So here we're going in with SheHullk. He's at under 7 prowess, so he doesn't get the unblockable, which is nice. And we hit him with another, and now this one is unblockable, and I get wrecked by it. He does have that unstoppable heavy. You got to be aware of that. But yeah, so my parry's been off, and I do not have this guy's special dex down, and right there, 1% left. Like the power sting wasn't enough to kill him, and I just don't have the timing down yet. This is the first time I've been fighting him. I haven't fought him in the lower difficulties, which is always recommended. I always recommend, you know, if you don't have items to use and you don't have the experience or the confidence, go fight the lower difficulties. Fight it where you can bring in a couple big champs, practice with the lower end champ, get the special evade down and all that. and you should be good to go. So we just tap him over with Thing. He had 1% left. So next up, we're gonna try something a little bit different. One champ that I think gets ignored quite a bit is Mr. Sinister. So the mutant class is incredible. Mr. Sinister, he's kind of eh. So I recently awakened him. Now, he doesn't need the awakening for this, but Mr. Sinister can block unblockable specials. And you can see here, he can also hold the stun and pause it, and he gets a precision and a cruelty. And so this is just a rank 1 6-star. And so my whole plan in here was like, okay, I've been wrecked by his special one too many times because I don't have that down quite yet. I will get it down. So I figured I'd go with an alternative to where I can block his specials even when they're unblockable. And you know, for a 6-star rank 1, he's getting 22k crits on the heavy. It's pretty solid. Here he goes unblockable with the 7 prowess. Here he throws his special 2, and you can see I just blocked the end of that and it crit. And even though it was unblockable, I could block it, and then I healed back up all that damage because it crit through the block. Now if it didn't crit, it would have hurt and I wouldn't have been able to regen that. But here comes another special. We're just gonna block it. We can regen a whole bunch of it back. So it's pretty cool ability. I don't think it's utilized that much. But yeah, so we're just gonna parry heavy this guy down. And Mr. Sinister, even as a rank 1 6-star, so like a rank 4 5-star, would work really well. It's very simple. Granted, your parry game needs to be on. In this fight, I end up landing them all. In some other fights, it's been really a crapshoot. It feels like as far as like landing them. But yeah, you can block his unblockable specials, and you cannot block the unblockable hits, but you can block the unblockable special attacks. So just be aware of that. And there's no build up. There's, you know, you can just block them without having to do anything. So it's really nice. And yeah, Mr. Sinister, we're gonna get the solo. We get him over in the corner. I probably should have heavied him again. You can heavy spam, but I wasn't certain because I haven't played him a lot. I mean, I use him in arena here and there. Yeah, I wasn't certain if I would keep the spacing, and I didn't want to die from whiffing on a heavy. So there, you can lock in that stun and get multiple heavies and lock it in and get that precision and cruelty up. So 40 hits, not too bad. He had plenty of health to deal with the parry damage and the block damage, and we get the solo. So that was a pretty cool fight. Kind of a little bit long, but pretty safe. And then last up, this is my last attempt. Yeah, this is the last one. We're gonna go in with Guardian. So Guardian can also block unblockable specials. I think he just needs to have his armor up. And I figured that we could build up a couple special ones and nuke this guy down with a special 2, and it shouldn't be too bad. His block proficiency is excellent. He gets that perfect block on parries. And there I do dex part of it. Now I get whacked. I'm like, okay, and I just get whacked again. I can't land a parry. We throw off a special 1, get a couple of his force field charges, and here comes another special, and I die. And I don't know if I think I was trying to dex that, and I was late and blocked the first part and got wrecked by the second part. So that was pretty frustrating because I was like, Guardian should be a great option for this, and I just totally can't parry, dex, block, anything. So we go back in with, I was going to go back in with Morales, but for whatever reason I just clicked on Sasquatch, and boom, I just get, again, I dexing out from just his regular attacks, and I get wrecked. I do dex that first special one, and I was like, oh, okay, kind of felt it. I was like, okay, we got this going, we got this. And Now this fight goes on for quite a bit. Sasquatch is just a rank 1. I brought him to have synergies for Guardian to get the shock on the heavy attack, or on the parry. And yeah, I've successfully decked several special ones. I'm thinking, oh, if I can just keep this up, I don't have much health, I can't really block much, but if I can keep dexing the special one, which I feel like I'm getting the timing down on this one, we should be good. Yeah, and then I eat one. So still got work to do. I was feeling it, but not enough. So another alternative option is Spider-Man Morales. Once he's in camo mode, he can miss all of the unblockable attacks, and it's not just special attacks, it's even the regular basic attacks. So it's really nice. So you can push him to 7 or more prowess. He launches the special attack and you just eat it, and then you can go in and then you can just heavy spam. As long as that unblockable is up and the camo's still up, you're good to go. Now there, he wasn't unblockable, so I did have to either dex or parry or block it or whatever. But here we go. Now he has 7 or more. I was still on cooldown, so it wasn't unblockable. And we dex that one with some miss mechanics as well in it, because when the camo is up, you can simply just miss some attacks. So here is another unblockable one. We go in, try to push him over to the corner, and by the time we do that, we can't get any heavy spams in because the unblockable had fallen off. And then we just heavy him to oblivion. So Spider-Man Morales is good. Spider-Gwen would be good. You know, if you use Ghost to phase his specials, that would also be good. But hopefully this helped. Hope you enjoyed me getting smacked around. Got a couple good fights in there. But thanks for watching, fellas, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.